What's going on, guys? Nico here with the Wooden Spoon. I'm joined by two very special ladies. You know them as Patty and Patty, but I'm lucky enough to know them as Marilyn and Anita. How are you guys doing?
Hi guys,
Great.
nice to see
Hi.
everybody. Hi.
Okay, so unfortunately, I think we're ruining Patty and Patty for some people that are listening right now.
Yeah, we were worried about that actually. We were very clear. We have our website, we have our bios on it and everything, but a lot of people do think Patty and
Think we're the
Patty
real deal,
are the
which
real deal,
we
which we
are.
are.
We
I mean,
are.
it's all
We're the
based
real
on our
deal.
Italian relatives, really. I mean, everything we do when we talk about Patty and Patty, a lot of the episodes are real. They come out of real experiences of
They come
ours.
out, they
I'm
come from
sure.
our real lives. They
Yeah,
come from real experiences.
and
Yeah.
people in our past and
But
present.
people might be happy to see
Yeah.
us as, Anita and Marilyn
Yes,
also.
yes.
So
Oh, I sure am. So, where did where was or first off, I guess for everybody listening, give us like a little bit of a background on both you guys.
Why don't you go
okay.
first?
So do you want I'll let you I went to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts here in New York City. I studied
Awesome.
theater. I also studied comedy improv with the First Amendment Theater Company, and I studied with Del Close and Marty Friedberg from Second City. Uh, so improv was a big part of my training, as well as comedy, and then I did off Broadway for in Tony and Tina's Wedding for many years. I did swing work. I
Oh,
played
those are
everybody.
those are fun. I've seen
Yeah,
videos of those.
from the I played everybody from the nun to the aunt to the bridesmaid, and then I was contracted as Mrs. Vitale, mother of the bride, for many years. I had a great time. It's where I met Marilyn,
Yeah.
and from there I wrote a one-act play called Patty and Patty: A Conversation that was actually done at the Shortened Detention Span one-act festival in New York City at the Players Lab down in the Village on McDougal Street.
So cool.
Yeah.
And so we started. That's how we started, as a one act play, and we decided to keep writing, and then we went into being a webisode.
Yeah. And
Perfect. And
my training is, let me say, I went to NYU. I'm an NYU grad. I got my BFA there, and then I studied uh, at the Webber Douglas Academy of Dramatic Art in London. I went over there and got my postgraduate
wow.
certificate. And I guess my experience in terms of stage, it's pretty varied. I just, right before the pandemic, finished doing a run of Saturday Night Fever. I played Flo Monero, Tony Monero's mom, of
Hmm.
course. And I've also done Clifford Odets off Broadway at Rocket to the Moon at the Peccadillo Theater Company. A lot of the episodics in New York, Sopranos, Nurse Jackie, The Americans, Law and Order, a lot of indie films, and also Lost in Yonkers, another regional credit. I played Francis DiMucci, Dion DiMucci's, Dion of Dion and the Belmonts, his
Hmm.
mother in a new musical up in Connecticut. That was sort of a world premiere of that. So pretty varied, but I do tend to get a lot of the Italian stuff as
Yeah, no,
well.
you guys are legit then, like super,
Oh
super
yeah,
Yeah,
legit.
oh, yeah. I also did SNL. I
yeah.
also did The Sopranos.
Oh,
Played in.
what were you guys in The Sopranos?
Well, I did Bobby Bacala's sister Mary,
Oh,
and yeah, so that was a lot of fun. And then I played a Greek woman on Saturday Night Live. I also did some indie films. I played a Mrs. DiCamillo in Blood and Gravy about four Italian brothers and their mother. And I did another indie film with a friend of ours, Nick Basile, who's a filmmaker, great
Yeah.
filmmaker. He did a film
From
called
Tony and
Dark.
Tina's Wedding as
He's
well.
also from
Yeah.
Tony and Tina, so I did a
Yeah.
part in his film. So a lot of indie work, TV, stage.
wow, so cool. And then the one
And
that like hits off, you get on TikTok and Patty and Patty just to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
we hope, yeah. Yeah, I was on The Sopranos. I played a friend of Carmela's. I actually sold Furio's house to her. I told her about when she was sort of.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, that one clicked.
Yeah. So that was fun. And yeah, so we started this, and it's a real collaboration.
Of course.
We do a lot of. Sometimes we'll come up with a theme, and we'll go back and forth, and we just start talking,
Hmm.
in character. Like a lot of our TikToks, we put the camera on and we just start improving.
We improv.
We decide like how it's going to go, where it's going to go, like come up with a theme, or sometimes something's trending. And in same way, when we write an episode, it's very give and take.
We go back and forth,
Yeah.
and then with TikTok, then we'll film it, and then we'll go back and film it a couple of times to get it really great. But when we're writing, like Marilyn said, we'll get an idea. She'll come up with an idea. We'll both have an idea, and we'll start writing. We'll just improv, and we start writing things down on paper. And we go back and forth, back and forth. Then we go over the script. Then we look at the script again. We read it. We read it through a few times. Then we tweak it, and we have a script.
But we both come from very traditional Italian backgrounds. And Anita is actually first generation Italian.
Wow.
She's
I'm
first generation as well.
She speaks Italiano. Tu parli Italiano, Nico?
No, I'm working on it. Like I'd say beginner level.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I could flirt pretty good in Italian.
That's all right. That's all you need, hon. That's all you need.
That's it. You get all the girls. You're cute.
Yeah. He's very cute.
Good looking, Patty.
He's good looking. I should have hooked him up with my
niece. Looks like my nephew.
Yeah. Look at that. Got that beautiful smile.
Yeah. He's real nice. Italian. He's a nice Italian boy.
Yeah. So that's what we, and we both have pretty extensive improv backgrounds, actually from working off Broadway and his wedding, because there was no fourth wall.
Right.
So we're used to that.
And it was scripted. It was maybe scripted, maybe 25%, and the rest is all improv. So we really got, that, it's like training every night when you're out there, with the audience. The audience is your guests at your weddings. So the guests at the wedding, we're constantly improving and interacting with them.
Do you guys have any do you have any family members in particular that that inspired the Patty and Patty, or?
Yeah, my older sister, God, bless her. She was, she was hilarious. She was 4'11", and she had her hair dyed up like that white blonde, and she was a chain smoker, unfortunately. And cursed like a truck driver, and she was just hysterical. And she was Patty, and she sort of lived to do like the kind of things that Patty would enjoy. She would go, I've been to that, the museum, Metropolitan Museum of Art, all of that. I don't want to do that shit. I want to go out to Vegas. I want to go to an Earth, Wind, and Fire concert.
What's the big deal?
I like TJ Maxx. That's what I want to do. I don't want to do none of that stuff. But she was who she was.
Yeah.
That's the thing. She was never phony. She was who she was. And I think that's why people respond to Patty and Patty. We don't make any apologies for it. And I think also people respond to us because I believe make them three-dimensional and real characters.
And people have experienced the things that we've experienced. They've experienced, going to the store and the person asking you, do you want a bag? And you've got this many groceries. You're like, yeah, I want a bag. What do you think I want? Where am I going to put all this stuff? Or, they've experienced the changes that come on, because Patty and Patty were all about, getting used to the changes and not liking change.
Yeah, kind of stuck in the 80s,
But my character is really based on a few people. And, I keep, it's like a tapestry. I keep interweaving everybody. I mean, my Nonna Rosa, who's, I'm going to kill you. And, my mom, my Aunt Lucia, who's really loud. And then I had this lady, Carmela, who, God rest her soul, she just passed away, 102.
Wow.
102, and she had no
God bless
time
her.
For men.
No.
There's something wrong with all of them, Patty. Either they're on drugs, or they're alcoholics, or they're gay, or they gamble, or they're cheating on their wives. And so, her, and then there was another lady, Mary Generose, who never went to the movies. The last movie she saw was The Godfather. So, there's all these people from my childhood and from growing up that, used to come over the house for coffee, or they'd go to my aunt's and, and then my Aunt Philomena in Italy. There's all these people that mesh.
Yeah. Like my father's friends. My father had friends he had friends named Vinny the Hump, Sally the Ape, and Nikki Beef, who was about 300 pounds. These were real people. And, they looked like, something out of Central. They were.
Yeah.
They were. And they, were like something like extras from The Sopranos. I mean, they were at a Central casting, these people. And I grew up with this. you know, and I grew up with my grandmother making money go out, and she would make 10 trays at once and put them on the sheets on the bed to let the pasta dry. And then, you know, helping her. And she did everything by hand, and she made cakes by hand. And my Nana Benedetta is based a lot on her, although she was actually born here from my grandmother. But it is very real. And it was interesting. Like we said, occasionally people would contact us and say, and you realize, wow, they don't know we're actors. But,
yeah, they would
but
say,
you know, we're very clear
real?
about it on our website. It's all over our website. But it was sort of, it was flattering, really. In a way.
It is. But I think
you know.
we become this reality kind of, you know, it's sort of like a thin line. It's this dimension.
It is.
But you know, like my mother and all my relatives cooking, baking the cookies, the homemade pastas, the meatballs, the soups, and also, you know, things that your relatives said to you growing up, or your parents said to you growing up. You know, I'll kill you if you don't get off that couch. You know, you're gonna dirty the rug, whatever it was. Yeah. Those things also, things that people said, trigger a lot of our episodes.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Your face should freeze like that. How many times have you heard that, right? You know, and it's just, it's.
I'm going to make your face like a colander, you know, something, you know, like in Italian, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, it's all of these different things, the looks, the saying, what we did, the big family get-togethers. I mean, these all trigger all of the ideas that we come up with.
Yeah, I think you guys are like extra genius for branding like the TikToks and the YouTube channel like Patty and Patty. So it's just like the consistency, because you see a lot of people like that do acting and like skits on TikTok. They have so many different ones, so you don't know really what you're gonna get. I think that's
there's no theme. I see what you're saying. There's no theme.
Yeah, that's true.
We have a theme.
But also, what I love is when I read some of the comments. First of all, some of the comments are just make you cry.
They're touching.
It's just tremendous. I mean, some of the people, the things that people have said, and also I think they're responding to, like I said, we are sort of three-dimensional, and you know we've been around the block there, Nico. We know a few things when we talk. Yeah. But also, what I really love is we'll do something that's so Italian. And then we'll get all these fabulous comments from people. I'm Mexican. My mother does that. I'm Irish. My mother said that. Yeah, I'm black. My mother
Jewish.
said that.
I know what you're talking about.
And you realize it's like
everybody has
so much more
their experience
alike than we are different.
Oh my God, absolutely. I got the same thing when I would go to the Italian festival, sell T-shirts and stuff like that, and then everybody would come, like no matter what, like, oh, I remember the wooden spoon, and I'm gonna say I don't think
every culture has a wooden spoon.
You know? It's funny. I had one guy. He came up and he goes, "I'm Hungarian." He goes, "Do you know what how do you say wooden spoon in Hungarian?" And I go, "What?" He goes, "Part of my language." He goes, "a fucking owl," and then like that's what it was called in Hungarian. And I looked it up after, and he was right. But like, yeah, like you said, like everybody has similar experiences.
You can relate,
like that.
and that's what's so beautiful about some of the comments. And then we'll get, "Oh, you remind me of our grandmothers. You remind me of my aunts." Or my grandmother passed away, and you remind me of all the memories. I used to go over there on Sunday and cook, and that's really heartwarming.
Yeah,
that's really heartwarming when somebody is touched by us and has a memory.
Yeah,
absolutely, for sure. How much do you think it is like of your guys' chemistry? Because obviously you have amazing chemistry too.
Thank you. I think it's a lot. I think it's a lot.
It's so much. Tell them a dressing room story.
Oh, please. We were, Italians are so superstitious. Mm-hmm. And we were dear friends for years, and we sat next to each other in the dressing room. We're working off Broadway, and she comes over to me. She says, "I wrote something for us."
I'm putting on my.
Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. I said, "All right."
And she knew. She goes, "No, I won't."
I said, "Well, because the Italians, God forbid, you don't say nothing. You get, it's
you
like
get the malog.
Like get the malog.
Yeah.
And then she brought it over, and we sat at this very table, and I was reading it, and the original one act. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It was hilarious, and it was us. It was our humor.
This is us. And I said, when I wrote it, I didn't write it going, this is Marilyn. I wrote it, and it was Marilyn. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'm explaining the difference. Yeah. I didn't say, oh, I'm going to write something for me and Marilyn. It came out of me, and it was Marilyn.
Yeah.
Because who else would it be?
Yeah.
Who else would Patty be? Patty. That to be you.
Who's it going to be, Patty?
You
Who you
owe
got
me.
that's gonna do me?
Where you gonna go?
What are you gonna do? Hey.
Oh my God, that's so awesome. Now, what's some advice that you have for people like kind of coming up or like maybe they just graduated from college or they want to pursue acting, maybe theater specifically? What are some tips that
Well,
you have for
I would
everybody?
say, to be brutally honest, I would say don't do it unless you absolutely have to do it. If you can do anything else, do something else. You have to be passionate about it.
Yeah.
But if you are, go for it and be relentless and go with your gut. And these days, what's really one good thing, I mean, the internet to me is like the most wonderful, most terrible thing ever invented in many ways, you know. But what's wonderful is we can make our own work. As actors now, you can make your own work. And that's what I think is exciting.
Yeah, I think it's really exciting.
You know, like people can do, you know, I did a film, an independent film with this young director. He was terrific. He actually wound up being on an Emmy-winning team. He's working for Disney now. And he raised money just doing GoFundMe. He does his movies. He was right out of NYU or Purchase or something, film school, and that's what he did.
Yeah, I mean, we have film director friends that create their own work. And as far as going out and auditioning, I mean, it's very different now. I mean, when we started, it was you mailed your picture and resume, you stapled it, you put it in the envelope with the cardboard so it wouldn't bend, and you mailed it out. And I really miss those days. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm the real Patty, because there was something about putting that picture and resume in that envelope and putting that stamp on it and putting in the mailbox. It was this active thing that went on, and you felt, it made you feel good. I mean, it's very changed now, so you have to sort of, bend with the times. But I mean, you have to keep, if you really love doing it, you have to keep at it.
Yeah.
And do the showcases, do whatever you can.
Yeah. And I think good training.
Yeah, good training, take classes. I think that's what.
Real training, because, a lot of people get notoriety without really having the background to back it up.
Right. And also, you keep studying and pick out the thing you love. If you love comedy, if you love drama, I mean, do it all, but you want to get good at what you really love to do. And be honest with yourself of who you are. I'm not going to get cast as a 6-foot blonde. Forget it, right? I'm going to get cast Italian. So I embrace that. I embrace all things Italian. And so that's where the work's going to come from. Also network. You network with, you keep that network. You meet somebody in a cast, you stay friends with them, you talk to them, you network, you know each other.
It's cast great. So many of our friends from Tony and Tina's Wedding and filmed
in Patty and Patty.
In Patty and Patty episodes. Some of our most famous, well-received YouTube episodes were from people we knew. We had this wonderful character actress, Jackie Carroll. She's passed now. Yeah. She was on Broadway back in the 70s. Fabulous. We cast her in Gumata Malagats. We did this one, a funeral, an Italian funeral. Another person from that very cast, she was in
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas.
Susan Baron, fabulous actress.
Yeah, Everyone Loves Raymond. She was in Boardwalk Empire and The Sopranos. Yeah. These fabulous character actors. And our director for a lot of our episodes was Anthony Patelis, another wonderful character actor we met working off Broadway.
So you keep in touch, and those people are doing something. They're going to call you to perform in their, and the other thing is, you be on time. When you go to something, you're on time.
Don't be a jerk.
Professional. Be professional. Be on time. Be prepared.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing. You know what Woody Allen said? Everything's showing up.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of common themes, whether it's business, acting, performing, just. Networking, sometimes it's who you know, just put in the work. And so what have you guys been doing lately with like COVID? Are like the Tony and Tina's Wedding is going to start picking back up, or there's more?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, that show closed some time ago.
It closed.
We
did
because I know that show, like I know like in Buffalo, like where I'm from, there's like a acting team or company that like you could hire them like whenever to put on a Tony.
It's still tours throughout the country. There's different productions. The off-Broadway production closed some time ago.
That closed a while ago. We just shot
a new episode actually.
Tap Your Troubles Away.
Yeah, and we actually did it via Zoom.
We collaborated with Janine Molinari and Tony Patelis, who's our director. She's DMO Productions.
Yeah.
And we collaborated, and that's going to come out soon. and it's in the editing process at the end.
It's really
of the
like a
editing
short
process.
film,
Yeah.
But we actually had written the episode some time ago, and then we sort of adapted it for Zoom because we realized we were about to film last year, and we had all these kids. It was about Patty and Patty take a Broadway tap class with Broadway kids, and they're of course ridiculously talented, and we're like a couple.
And we didn't know that. We
couple
go
of
into
jamokes,
this class, and we're thinking like, oh, we're just going to go with the kids, but they're like they're like Ann Miller, and
they really
and
are
Fred
in
Astaire.
real life.
Yeah.
And we were about to film. It was last March, and
COVID hit.
We realized, wow, we can't do this. And as time went on, you realized you adapt. That's the one thing about creative people. We adapt.
So we rewrote the script for Zoom. So we
shot it on Zoom.
We shot it on Zoom.
And we had 23 locations going at once.
Yeah, it was wild.
Yeah.
There were people all around. The kids were from all over the country.
Yeah.
Well, I think one kid was in California, right?
So
some kids were in Long Island, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey.
But,
and we were in Marilyn's
in my social room
downstairs. Two different directors, one director on one set, another director on our set. It was great. The choreographer was in another set in the studio. Yeah. So it was wild. I mean, it was a real great experience. It was a real collaboration.
Yeah. But we're starting to see more live entertainment come back, thank God. I mean, I miss it so much. I miss going to jazz clubs. I mean, everything.
I know. I was the one thing I miss more than anything is going to a stand-up comedy show. Those are my absolute favorite.
I love those.
Yeah, I know. And you wonder how it's going to come back. Like when it does come back, how it's going to be different.
Yeah, and live cabaret. Live cabaret. I love it. Nothing like live.
So that's what we're doing.
So what do you guys have personally going on like soon? What does Patty and Patty have going on? Where could everybody watch everything?
On Instagram.
Yeah, we got like 31,000 followers. TikTok, whatever. TikTok
is 475,000 followers on TikTok.
Model on where they coming from?
You can go to YouTube's, right?
Yeah.
YouTube. And our website is pattyandpatty.com, PATTYAND, pattyandpatty.com. And people can check out our episodes. We have shirts for sale. We have different little things.
And we actually want to do some live performances again. But, we'll see what happens.
And we're thinking of having a meet and greet where people can actually come and meet us.
That would be so great.
Wine and cheese, a little vino.
Yeah,
Patty.
What's better than that?
Yeah, meet the people.
We'll bring some cold cuts. We'll bring some prosciutto, some gabagool.
Yeah, bring
nice
some
mortadella. We'll go up to Arthur Avenue. I'll get it all. Bring in shopping bags.
Bring a hunk of bread.
What do we got to pay a caterer for?
We'll do it ourselves.
I'll do it myself.
Please. Where are you going to go?
What are you going to do?
No.
I guess the last thing that I have is what is some just basic life advice from Patty and Patty?
What should we
don't take no crap from nobody.
That's right. It ain't worth it.
Go
with your gut. That's my Nan Benedetta said. Go with you listen to your gut.
That's right. And when you go in the store and they ask you if you want a bag, you say, of course I want a bag. We're going to put all this crap.
She's going to carry it on her ass? Come on.
Please.
Well, Marilyn and Anita, I can't thank you enough for doing the podcast. I really appreciate it. And maybe in the next couple of weeks, we can meet and have a coffee or something. And
that would be a pleasure.
So we are Marilyn Matarrese
and Anita Salvate.
Patty and Patty.
Awesome. Thank you guys again. Guys, make sure you go follow Patty and Patty on all the social medias. Check out the website, the YouTube, everything like that. And we will catch you guys in the next episode of The Sit Down. Ciao.
Thank you so much. Ciao.